Thanks so much for tuning in to this video, Coasters and Places here. And on this video, I'm going to talk about my personal opinion of my 10 favorite roller coasters in the lovely state of Ohio. So for this video, they're going to come from just two different parks, two wonderful parks, Cedar Point and Kings Island. So lots of great coasters to choose from between those two parks though. And I may have some controversial picks of my favorites on here. So stay tuned on here. And remember, these are just my personal opinions. Doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. It's just how I like these coasters. What's your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what your favorite coaster is in the state of Ohio. But yes, especially my number one. My number one may be a bit controversial to a lot of people, but that's okay. That's definitely okay, for sure. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, and we'll start out with, of course, lovely number 10. At number 10, I'm putting Valravn, and this one is a B&M dive coaster located at Cedar Point. So this may be a bit controversial. So Valravn gets a lot of hate, especially in the coaster enthusiast community. The GP loves Valravn. I actually love Valravn. I don't have an issue with Valravn. I know a lot of enthusiasts think it's gimmicky because of what it is, how it's a dive coaster, and they're like, well, the mid-course break absolutely kills it because of the second drop there with the dive coaster. But I think it's fun because it gives you another added moment, and you can't exactly tell when you're gonna drop, so to me that's thrilling. Always gets me. And I think it's smooth and it has a good layout. Like, I think it's thrilling and fun. I really like Valravn. Valravn was my first dive coaster, and it's probably my second favorite dive coaster after Yukon Striker. I just really love it. I have no problem with it. I think it's thrilling, it's fun. You absolutely zoom down that first hill. And it just really, as I said, it just has a good layout. And that's why I put it at number 10. Number 9 for me is Gatekeeper, which is at Cedar Point. It is the coaster that goes over the front gate, the front entry plaza, and it's just so visually stunning, a lot of fun to watch. It's incredibly smooth. It's a really good length wing coaster from B&M. For this coaster, no, it may not be the most forceful, pull the most forces, but it does have some really good elements and some really pretty good forces, honestly, but it may not be the most forceful. I always have a great time on Gatekeeper though. Like, it's just one of those coasters that I always have fun on. Like, it's just a fun coaster. And that for me puts it on this list. It earns a spot on this list just for being fun. For me, always having a good time on this coaster. Always knowing that, hey, I'm going to have a good time. This is going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be some good elements. I love the keyholes, the near miss elements on Gatekeeper. I do love that. And it's just so visually stunning, just going over the front gate, just watching it. It's one of the best coasters just to watch. So Gatekeeper, number 9. Number 8 is Mystic Timbers at Kings Island, which is a GCI that opened in 2017. This coaster is very smooth, and it is absolutely loaded with airtime. That's why it's at number 8, because I just love all the airtime on this coaster. It has an absolutely phenomenal layout. It goes out into the woods, and you're just flying out of your seat the whole time. I feel like it is a little bit short, which prevents it from being higher on the list. But it's not terribly short. And then the shed was overhyped, of course, but it's nothing too major. I mean, it's about the ride layout, not about the shed. But the ride experience is great. GCI did a phenomenal job on this coaster. and it definitely deserves its spot on this list. Number 7, this may be kind of controversial, Millennium Force at Cedar Point. So I do obviously like Millennium Force, or it wouldn't be on this list. I just like 6 other coasters in the state of Ohio more than Millennium Force. So the reason I don't put Millennium Force higher is that I just feel like it could use a little more airtime. But the reason I do put it on this list, and I do like it, is, oh my gosh, that view, that first drop is absolutely phenomenal. It's a Giga. It's the best Giga in Ohio. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Orion, honestly. The speed you feel on Millennium is intense. I like the tunnels on Millennium, and it's just incredibly smooth. It has a great layout. It feels long. Great forces and G's that you get on Millennium. Again, I just wish it had more airtime than what it does have, but it does have some. Again, good layout, and it's just fun. Great ride. It's a must ride at Cedar Point for sure. Number 6 for me is the Beast at Kings Island. The Beast may not be everybody's cup of tea, and I understand that. But for me, I really like the Beast. I've always liked the Beast. A lot of it is nostalgia, just great memories, childhood, other reasons for the Beast. So the Beast has, in my opinion, the best night ride out there. How it travels into the woods and uses the terrain to its advantage is just great. I really love that. That helix towards the end after the second lift hill, oh my goodness, that is crazy intense. And the Beast does not focus at all on airtime, and normally I don't like that, but it works well with the Beast. And it's incredibly long. You get your ride's worth. Even if you're waiting a while for the Beast, you get your ride's worth. I don't find it to be too rough, but I never ride towards the back. If you do ride towards the back, it's going to be rough. I do like the retracking and what they've done to the Beast just a couple of years ago. Made it so much better. I just love the Beast. I think it's a great ride with a great layout and a great setting. And I love the tunnels. And again, an absolutely fantastic night ride is given by the Beast. Number 5 is Banshee at Kings Island, the world's longest invert. So this has a really phenomenal, great first drop, especially if you're in the back. It really whips you over the first drop. It has a longer, drawn-out layout, but still you take those elements, still at a pretty good pace, pretty much one still right after another. I love the loop over the lift hill, and the last inversion with the hang time, pretty unique. I love that element. So using how that train starts slowing down towards the end to use that element to get that element in, I think is a great use of the train slowing down. The Banshee scream and the theming is really nice as well. I have noticed it does have a bit of a rattle. Doesn't bother me too much though. I have noticed though the back row is rougher than more towards the front. Again, but not big of a bother, but I do find the layout to be absolutely fantastic, and I think Banshee is a wonderful invert, a wonderful coaster for sure. Number 4 is Raptor at Cedar Point. Raptor is actually my favorite invert, but it is still just my 4th favorite coaster in Ohio. I find the layout to be absolutely phenomenal. I don't find it to be rough. I just think it is very whippy, and every element is just intense. and it's just taken at a great speed. The G's you get, the great helix, it's just one element after another, just snappy, whippy, definitely keeps you on your toes. Well, not literally, but it definitely keeps you alert, and it makes for a great intense ride, and it's packed full of excitement. I think, as I said, it's the best invert I've ever rode, and it's just one that I absolutely love to ride. And Raptor at Cedar Point. Number 3, so it's top 3 time. I have decided to put Diamondback at Kings Island in my number 3 favorite coaster in the state of Ohio. And this coaster to me is incredibly smooth, has a wonderful layout, perfect length. The airtime on this, you are out of your seat. Like, the whole ride has lovely floater airtime, a couple moments of ejector towards the end. I love that splashdown moment. If you're in the back, you could even feel a little bit of water get on you, which is really nice. I like that a lot. And to me, it's just a perfect hyper. It is probably my favorite B&M hyper. And as I said, the airtime, it keeps going. I love Diamondback. I always have a great time riding Diamondback. And to me, this is just pretty much a near perfect coaster. No complaints from me whatsoever about Diamondback. This may be controversial, but at number 2, I'm going to put Steel Vengeance. So Steel Vengeance, I think, is an absolutely phenomenal coaster, but it's just not my favorite coaster in the state of Ohio. So I think it has a really great layout. It's pretty long. My big thing is I hate those RMC lap bars. Like, they just get uncomfortable and they kind of hurt. I feel like I'm going to fall out. I have nowhere to hold on to. Airtime's obviously pretty great on Steel Vengeance. And to me, I feel like, honestly, the coaster may be a bit too long, and it's probably just because of those awful lap bars and restraints. But I do love the layout. I love the coaster. It's just a near perfect coaster. There's just one coaster in Ohio that I've just had a better time on, and I just happen to love more. My favorite coaster in the state of Ohio is Maverick at Cedar Point. So this may be controversial, as most people do prefer Steel Vengeance to Maverick, but I absolutely love Maverick. I think it's such a well-rounded coaster. It's whippy, it's intense, has a beyond vertical first drop. It goes upside down, just whippy. It launches, has a great setting where it goes over the water. It just packs a punch and has a little bit of everything. I've always had a great time on Maverick. I think it's smooth, and honestly, the fun factor for me puts this over Steel Vengeance, and just what it packs into the layout, to me, would just put it over Steel Vengeance. That's not to say, again, Steel Vengeance isn't a good ride, as it absolutely is a great ride. But Maverick, to me, I just like better. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And just be respectful, guys, because everybody has their own opinion. Everybody likes what they like. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. What's your favorite coaster in the state of Ohio? And please like this video and subscribe to me if you're not already subscribed. Help my channel grow. Thank you so much for watching.